We do.
In the book, you will find that while I had some folks that came from me that were white, I had more people of color, Latinx, Asian, Black, who were doing the white man's dirty work for them. And it makes you go, why is this? They don't believe in themselves, let alone you.
And you know what? And you think about it, if you think about it, that back in slavery, you had the house Negro
Yes, ma'am.
and the field Negro.
Yes, ma'am.
And the house Negro was put on duty to make sure the field Negro stayed in line.
Yes, and there's an overseer too.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And so we are still fighting that fight.
Yeah, look, we go back to the plantation in the remix because I did a survey of 100 Black professional women to find out about their experience in corporate America. And the part of the research that I have at the end of this book centers on the question, who has been the most supportive and who has been the biggest hindrance to you in your leadership aspirations? And while it's surprising to some people that white men bubbled up to the top as being the most supportive, it makes sense because it's more of them there, first of all. It's more just sheer numbers. But then some of them are leaning into their privilege in a different way, where they're kind of like, well, what are they going to do? Fire me because I recommended somebody who is more than capable to do this job? So they will leverage their privilege to forward our careers. On the other hand, this problematic white woman emerged. We call her Karen.
Okay.
Karen didn't just show up because some Gen Zer on TikTok did a dance about her and made her a hashtag. Karen, those mindsets came from the plantation. And so we talk about how there was friction between the white woman in the house and that house slave who was against her will forced to nurture this woman's babies, who was also forced into sexual relationships with the master, her husband, and had babies that were sometimes treated even better than their own, sent to great colleges, carried the master's name. How would you feel? Now, this is where some little empathy comes in. How would you feel if you were the wife in that household? Now, you probably would have some disdain for your husband, but if you're taught that Black people are less than you, who are you going to target?
You're going to target the Black people.
And that's what's been handed down generation over generation, whether it was verbal or not, that there's a disdain for Black women, and this is why. So Karen didn't just surface because she walked into a Target one day and called management.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm at an age that